Good morning. It's the Call Flow Radio Show, and you're on the air.
And the sound of that dropping on the counter was Noah Massage. Good morning. We are the Call Flow Radio Show from now until they pull us off the air. No, until 9 o'clock.
Yes, John, until 9 o'clock. How you doing, man?
I'm all right. And if you want to be a part of the program, you can give us a buzz.
Yeah.
Call.
I swing my arms too much. You know what? I actually slammed my phone into the table.
Oops.
Yeah, whoopsie.
434-394-0924 if you'd like to be a part of the program.
Yes.
And I guess we send out that request and we get a call right off the bat. Mm-hmm. Funny how that works. All right, so we'll take that call now. Good morning. You're on the air.
Good morning.
Morning, Henry.
How are you guys doing?
All right. How are you? You keeping dry, or is it raining your way?
It's raining.
Okay.
Nice.
I think it is. I really can't see outside from where I am, but I understand it's raining.
Okay.
Well.
So how are you this morning?
Hopefully I'm better than nothing.
All right.
A little bit, anyway. Better than a friend of mine.
Better than a friend of yours?
Back, I heard he was in the hospital, so I went by to see him.
Mm-hmm.
And I asked him, what the problem was. And he said he wanted to go on a diet. And so he'd eat a little handful of dog food when he got hungry.
Mm-hmm.
And he did that every day. And he said after about 2 weeks, I ended up here in the hospital. And I said, were you allergic to the dog food? He said, no. I was standing next to a fire hydrant and a truck hit me.
Oh, I hadn't heard that one before. That was a new one. For me, anyway.
Yeah, anyway. Look, my late wife, Joyce, had several nephews. One was David Wilmoth of Keysville.
Mm-hmm.
And he was the number one student at Randolph Henry, top student at William and Mary, and he was top student at Harvard.
Wow.
Yeah, and a wonderful young man, still is. And because of David, I was allowed to address the student body at William and Mary.
Okay.
But that's another story. But anyway, David's wife is named Joy.
Mm-hmm.
They're a fine Christian couple. And one Christmas they came to visit home in Charlotte County, and Joy was expecting. But the baby was upside down and backwards.
Mm.
And in middle of April, one day I was on the air, and I suddenly had the urge to call David. But I decided I'd wait till I got off the air. And so I went home, and as I went up the back steps, the brick steps, my eyeglasses fell off and hit the brick.
Mm-hmm.
And both lenses came out. So I picked up the glass, both of the lenses came out. I picked them up and picked up the frames and went on the inside and laid them on the table. And then I called David, not knowing why I was calling or what I was going to say. But he answered, and my voice said, when you get home this afternoon, stand in front of Joy, put your left hand on her tummy, close your eyes, and look up. And when you see Jesus, reach up as though to touch his cloak. All right? Then I hung up. And I said, now put my glasses back together. So I turned to pick up the glasses, and lo and behold, they were already back together. While I was on the phone, they'd gone back together.
Wow.
So I called David and told him what had happened while we were on the phone, and
Right.
he said, "Well, that shows me that you were speaking on behalf of what God wanted you to say." So later that day, when David got home, he put his hand on his wife's tummy, then looked up with eyes closed, and he saw Jesus wearing a long robe. And standing next to Jesus was one of his disciples, who was also wearing a long robe. And the disciple's arm was touching the cloak of Jesus. And then David said he reached up as though to touch the robe of Jesus, and as he did, that disciple turned his head towards David, and David said it was like looking in a mirror. It was my face. And he said at that exact moment, he felt the baby jump under his hand. So doctors in Boston followed up and said the baby had done a head over heels and was in the perfect position for normal birth. And so it was. He was expected on May 20th. He was born on May 20th. So isn't that amazing that God would do these things?
It's amazing, yeah,
You know-
because that baby was in a bad position starting out.
Yeah.
Yeah. It wasn't supposed to happen like that. I mean, the doctors, they'd never seen anything like it.
Well, I've heard
And that
that
was-
sort of thing before from doctors. Sometimes things are just, happen,
Yeah.
and it's nothing that they're responsible for sometimes.
Right. Well, a lot of people don't want to share their story, and actually they pay for it.
Yeah.
They rob themselves by not sharing.
Yeah.
It's just amazing, and I don't see how you could keep from sharing, what the Lord did when it's a miracle.
People are
really
fearful of what others will think of what they say, I guess.
Yeah. But, they think that folks will maybe laugh at them or
Right.
shy away from them. But anyway, anybody wants to talk to me about things, with prayer needs or share a victory of any kind or whatever, my phone number is 414-0096, and I'd love to hear from you and share anything or just fellowship.
All right. Well, thank you for calling in, Henry. Thank you for sharing your stories with us, and hope to hear from you on Thursday.
All right, Lord willing, we will.
All right, you take care.
Thank you. God bless. Bye-bye.
All right, Henry Fulcher with us this morning.
The one and only. That was a fun story.
So the lines are open if you'd like to give us a call, 434-394-0924. And so you dropped your coffee, you were swinging your arms.
I dropped my phone, John.
Oh, is that what it was?
Hit my phone. I didn't drop it.
You're drinking bottled water this
Drinking
morning?
bottled water. I'm drinking coffee. Yeah.
And
I got
coffee.
a little
Cup of coffee.
twofer going on.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
2 for Tuesday.
Hey.
Yeah. Anything else happening?
Oh, well, John, I was going to ask you, how have you been? It's been a day since I saw you.
Yeah.
You doing well? You looking good? You can see.
Why are you buttering me up? What's that all about?
I'm not buttering you up, John.
I'm just messing around.
I know. But I am buttering you up. by the way.
Parquet, not margarine, please.
Okay.
If you're going to do that. All right.
Can't believe it's not butter.
Yeah.
Butter. That's amazing.
Do you remember, you're probably too young to remember the commercial where the lid would lift up just a bit to act like it was talking.
And then it was
Parquet margarine.
Yeah.
Parquet margarine.
Yeah, those.
And then there was that Country Crock commercial that the man and the wife were always, it's Country Crock, and all this other stuff. It was,
That sounds great. That sounds
I don't even know if they make Country Crock anymore.
I don't know if they even make commercials anymore.
They sure don't. Well, they do, but they're all about, you need, if you're having problems with your whatever, you need to take this. Well, side effects may cause stuff that's worse than what you already have.
Death. Yeah.
I hear the side effects, and I'm going, why in the world would I take that?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
may cause this and that. And
if the risks outweigh the positive benefits that you might get, I mean, it might be a very viable option.
Well, I know you were happy about this day in history.
Yeah, well, John,
1978. It's your boy.
Okay.
You don't want me?
Wait,
to...
hold on. Wait, is it Abby Hoffman?
Close. Camp David Accords concluded. The Camp David Accords negotiated by U.S. President Jimmy Carter.
Okay.
There's your boy.
That's not my boy.
Were completed this day in 1978, leading to a peace treaty between Egypt and Israel and a broader framework for pursuing peace in the Middle East. And we see how that's gone.
Yeah.
Good times.
Well.
So you wanted to bring up something.
Oh, no, John. Well, I mean, hey, I did want to ask you, I think one of our callers may have asked you this before, but the Farmville Spotlight, I just want to mention, it will be at the end of this month.
No one's mentioned it to me. Is that what you're saying?
No. I think somebody called up one time and they were like, "Do you listen to the Spotlight, John?" And you were like,
I have.
Yes.
I had,
yes.
And I answered that.
Yes, you did.
I did.
I'm not giving you any shade. I'm not trying to...
Go ahead.
But I did want to mention that for this last Thursday of the month, we have a special local musician. His name is Nick Bird. He will be coming on to the Farmville Spotlight. He kind of reminds me of an Elvis-esque character. And I only say that because he does really good Elvis covers.
Okay.
I don't know if they're really good. I think they're really good, but again, I'm not an Elvis fan. I know him as when I got into
cut
Elvis,
off his mic now.
When I got into Elvis, John, it was Fat Elvis, and I was like, okay, this guy,
which was only the last 70s, few years of his life.
I totally missed the boat on the cool Elvis and the hip. And then the rock and roll.
Well, that's why you can make the effort to go back and watch.
Yeah,
some of that stuff
I should do that. It's my
still listening to Peter, Paul, and Mary all the time.
Well, I mean, John, there's something to them. So, anyways, just want to mention Nick Bird will be on the Farmville Spotlight, and look forward to it. I mean, it's going to be a very, very. I talked to him before, and he's a very excitable guy.
Remind me of what day that is, so I can leave early.
Yes, John.
I got to make way for you.
Yeah.
I have to get out of the way.
You got to run out.
I have to leave.
That's going to be on the 26th of this month.
26th.
Yes.
Nick Bird.
Nick Bird, and he spells his last name B-Y.
Like the Birds did, the band.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. B-Y-R-D.
B-Y-R-D.
All right.
Yeah.
Chef
just wanted to throw that out there, but anything else going on with you, John, that you want to talk about?
2011, the first Occupy Wall Street protest was held. The first? 2011? Wow. It's been with us for a while now. As some 1,000 demonstrators marched in Manhattan. That's interesting. 1991, North Korea and South Korea were admitted to the United Nations. Did you know that? Yeah. I heard this one mentioned on the OFA, Old Farmer's Almanac. The American TV series on this day, 1972, MASH, based on the Robert Altman film, a film I have yet to have watched. Have you ever seen the actual film?
No.
Neither have I. That came out in 1970, and it debuted on this day, 1972, on CBS, and the show was hugely popular with both critics and viewers. Now, the thing with MASH, just like most shows that stay on for a long time, is you have cast changes.
Yep.
People leaving, people coming on. And so it almost has two versions of MASH. You have the early years of MASH with Trapper John, the other commander, Henry Blake, or whatever his name was. And then you have it where they swapped them out for B.J. Honeycutt in place of Trapper. And then as far as their leader, it was Colonel Potter that showed up to take over for the other guy that was leading up. So it changed up. The only one that stayed on through and was in the movie, oddly enough, was Radar. He was in the actual film, that actor. So
that's pretty cool.
And he stayed. So I guess technically he would have probably been the longest running character. I assume now he did leave the show before it ended to do his own thing. So there's an argument to be made that maybe Hawkeye, Alan Alda, might have been the longest cast member of the show. Maybe
to stick around.
Yeah. But anyway, but there are two different kind of. To me, the show is a little more. I don't want to say slapstick, but it's more of a cheap comedy humor.
Interesting.
In the early seasons, whereas later on, it still had humor, but they started to get a little more serious in some of the storylines and stuff like that. I prefer the later seasons, only not so much because of the seriousness, but the humor was better. The other guy was Frank Burns, who was always the one they always teased in the earlier episodes. And then when he left, then they replaced him with a more conservative, would have been the conservative guy, but he was witty. And he thought a lot of himself type of thing. And he had always good comebacks, unlike Frank Burns, who was always the more clownish, comedic guy that they always picked on. This guy could retort and kind of give it back. His name was Winchester, Charles Emerson Winchester III. And I thought he was funny. I thought that guy was pretty funny. I mean, but I liked Colonel Potter. I liked all that. But did you ever watch MASH?
I like MASH. I think I have a friend who watches MASH.
Okay.
But he watches MASH in a very not fun way.
Okay.
He drinks PBR by himself, and he's in front of the TV watching
Does he dress
MASH.
up like a soldier or something?
On like a Monday night, like 7 o'clock, and I'm like, but he does it weekdays. Like he'll do that.
Okay.
It's kind of upsetting. It's a little unusual, but like I've seen it. I think it's funny. I'm not like a dedicated fan. I'd much rather watch like Taxi. Also,
a show I never watched
with Alan Alda.
Alan Alda wasn't on that show.
He wasn't?
I don't think so.
I'm pretty sure he was. Maybe I'm wrong. I could be wrong.
I think you're getting him confused with the guy that was on that show.
Oh, wait. I thought there was... Wait, are you sure it's not Alan Alda? I got to look it up. But
I don't
continue.
know. I can't think of his name.
John, fill up the dead space. I can't...
All right, I'll do that with this. 1849, American Harriet Tubman escaped from the southern plantation where she was enslaved and later led other enslaved people to freedom in the North along the route of the Underground Railroad. That was 1849 on this day. Have you found what you are
Yes,
looking for?
I lied.
Lied? You didn't lie.
I didn't lie. I made a
just made
severe and utter mistake. Yeah, he was not on that show.
So who was the guy that ran the place? On
Danny
that
DeVito.
I thought it was somebody else.
Danny DeVito ran that.
Yeah, Danny DeVito. Okay.
Yeah.
I knew he was on the show. Andy Kaufman was on the show.
That's right. Judd Hirsch.
Maybe that's who I'm thinking of.
I think that's who I was. He kind of looks like Alan Alda.
I'm thinking that's who you maybe confused him with.
If you unfocus your eyes and like stand 20
and
feet
pull
away,
him out completely,
yeah, and throw him in the garbage, it kind of looks like Alan
replace him
Alda.
with glass eyes, then you can see him.
Yeah, then it kind of looks like Alan Alda, you know.
Right.
But just by looking, you know, it's. I mean,
Though you could have just saved all your.
there is a resemblance
your eyes.
there that, you know.
I'm sure
there's a
Alan
confusion
Alda
that can happen.
or Judd Hirsch will be happy to know that you think they look alike.
Wow, I mean, maybe, John. I don't know. But I think you were talking about like shows that change over time. And It's like becomes like a different show. I think Cheers would fall in that category because early on you had the old man, and then you had like Diane Chambers, what's her name? Shelley Long.
Yes.
And then like later on, you know, Shelley left because she got tired of Sam because Sam was kind of you know, and
she would do movies, I think.
That's right. But like in the show, they kind of like you know, come on, John.
I didn't watch the show.
Okay, but they replaced her with Kirstie Alley, a personal favorite. You know.
I don't know if she's my personal favorite, but I know who you talk.
Yes,
I know who dark-haired lady.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I know.
And also Buddy, which was what's the guy's name? Woody Harrelson.
So he didn't show up at the beginning. He came
no,
later.
he replaced the old man basically at the bar.
They'd go younger so he could stay on.
I think it was like season 4, maybe.
Oh, okay.
3 or 4.
But you're right, yeah. And sometimes just one cast member change can sort of change the
shake
show.
things up. It kind of, you know, Yeah.
It's like Elaine wasn't from the very beginning on Seinfeld. She shows up a little bit. I mean, it's not like a late addition by any means, but when the show first started, I don't think she was a character on the show yet. I don't remember how many episodes it took to put her on, but so that stuff happens quite a bit.
Yeah.
And it's funny because if you didn't watch the show in its entirety, you may not realize, oh, wait a minute, there was a different vibe at one point when there was different people on the show.
Mm-hmm.
But it like I said, if a show has any longevity to it and stays on long enough, it's gonna do that.
You know what's weird? I've been watching or rewatching Seinfeld again. I mean, I kind of grew up with the show,
Right.
and I totally didn't realize there was a period of time. So like the earlier seasons, like when it's like the camera shot. If you're in Jerry's apartment and let's say Kramer comes in. It's just a thing that happens, you know. Kramer comes in. I'm talking about season 1, 2, you know. In like 3 or 4, maybe even season 5, anytime Kramer comes in, there's a big, like, you know, audience applause and laughter. And, like, I mean, he takes a pause for everybody to kind of settle down. It's like a whole, like, a theatrical experience.
Right.
And then, like, season 6, he just kind of, like, barges in and there's nothing. So, like, it seems like the earlier in the later seasons, there's really, like, no reaction. But for some reason, that middle spot... There was like several episodes.
Well, that was when people were still
Michael
either
Richards,
haven't seen it yet,
Yeah.
or they're just getting and used to it. That shows develop. Usually, the first season for most shows, they're finding their way.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I don't care what the show is. Usually, if you go back and watch a show from the beginning, even if you were a fan of the show throughout, you'll sit there and go back to the beginning and go, "Wow, I don't remember it being quite like this."
Yeah.
This
is pretty bad.
They evolved. They learn their way.
Yeah.
And a lot of shows do that. Even shows that you can really like will be like, you know, wow, they got rid of that guy. They didn't hang on to that person very long. Night Court was a wonderful example of that. I don't know how many attorneys they went through that would go against Dan Fielding. I mean, and the
Too many.
And the lady that was always one of the clerk people that was with Bull, the real tall guy. They had an older lady on there at first, and I think she smoked cigarettes a lot and all this sort of stuff. And then, unfortunately, that actress passed away, and they replaced her with a lady. And then I don't know if she died or not, but then they replaced her, and then you ended up with Roz, who was a black lady at the time, and she ended up being the one that most people remember the most. It's just weird how that, you know, like I said, cast
progression
changes.
of it.
Seinfeld,
show.
another example. The guy that ended up playing George's dad was not the
Yeah, that's
original
right. That is
dad.
right. Yeah, you're right about that.
And I think they re-edited the films for the episode later on
They
that
may have,
actually had the
yeah.
other guy in it to show the dad was different or something like that. Or maybe it wasn't George's dad. Maybe I'm thinking
No, it was George's dad because it was some I don't know who it was, but they replaced him with Jerry Stiller.
But wasn't it also maybe Jerry's dad was different too? I can't remember.
You're right. Jerry's dad was also. I think Jerry's dad was different, but it was the same mom. It was the same mom. But yeah, I don't know. That's always weird when they're doing that with the like parents because I guess it's like it's like they're side characters enough to where they could like be replaced and maybe people wouldn't really notice, or it's not like affecting the plots at all. It's like a different person. But if they replaced George, the show
you got to have
be
George.
terrible.
All right, well, let's get to our bottom of the hour type activity as we do. All right, good discussion. Showers today, 90% chance. So that's a good chance. We've already had that chance, most of it. High near 73 today. For tonight, it's a 70% chance of showers. A low tonight around 65. Wednesday, it's a 40% chance of showers with thunderstorms and a high near 74. Wednesday night, 30% chance of showers and thunderstorms, a low around 63. Thursday, it is a 30% chance of showers and thunderstorms with a high near 77. And then Thursday night, 30% chance of showers and thunderstorms, a low around 60. Right now our humidity is 100%, winds northeast, 10 miles per hour, barometer 30.04, and we've got overcast skies, 68. My phone, though, says we've got rain right now, and 68. So
Who do you trust?
Depends on where you stand, I guess. Whether there's rain or not, I don't know. But anyway, so now you get to do your thing. The birthday calendar is brought to you by Creative Electrical Contractors, located at 1907 East 3rd Street, Farmville.
Creative Electrical Contractors specializes in commercial and industrial projects and offers quality work at competitive prices. CEC is a licensed Class A contractor in Virginia and North Carolina. Creative Electrical Contractors has been in business for 25 years, still committed to the values that were established when the company opened in 1998. Integrity, quality workmanship, and timely delivery. CEC, located at 1907 East 3rd Street, Farmville. You can contact CEC at 434-392-3802 or at creative-electrical.com.
And with those birthdays and quite possibly anniversaries, I present to you Noah Massah.
Hey, John, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Guys, it is September 17th.
All day.
All day it is, yeah, all day. And we got some good birthdays. We have some really... I was looking over these birthdays beforehand, and I was like, these are some good ones.
Okay.
And we're going to start off with the one and only Michelle Rice, which just sounds delicious, to be honest.
Is she from Rice, Virginia? Or?
I don't know. Her last name's Rice.
Doesn't say where she's from?
Making me hungry. No, it doesn't.
Oh,
that would be funny if it was from Rice, Virginia.
Okay.
And we also have Haley Reed, you know, Courtney Mauser or Moser? John?
She knows who she is.
Oh, yeah, that's right. No, I think it's Mauser. I'm pretty sure. That's why I said it first.
All right.
And then the other ones were just feeble attempts to be like, and you also have this option and this option. Okay. Anyways, last but not least, it's an anniversary. John, can you guess who these people are? This lovely couple.
No.
Ben and Brittany Hogg.
Hogg?
Hogg.
Okay.
Ben and Brittany Hogg. Yep,
Ben
that's
and
it.
Brittany.
And that's your birthdays, that's your anniversaries, that's your joie de vivre. And John, back to you.
Merci beaucoup. All right. So you want to add, include, whatever, 434-394-0924. Or otherwise, you can send them how, Noah?
Yes, you can email those to birthdays@wflo.net. Me and John will most likely see it and get that.
The birthday calendar brought to you by Creative Electrical Contractors. If it is not right, we will make it right. Call 434-392-2802. And with all that being said, those were your local birthdays. Celebrity birthdays today. Just in time, Halloween is almost upon us.
Almost here.
Actress Cassandra Peterson.
Whoa.
Do you know who that is?
Played in Halloween. No.
Close. Elvira, Mistress of the Dark.
Oh, I do know that. Okay, yeah.
Turned 72 today.
Wow. Is she still living?
Oh, yeah. Fun fact, appeared, I don't know what, as a guest judge on an episode of RuPaul's Dance Drag All-Stars.
Okay.
There you go.
Did you watch Elvira when you were younger, John?
Yeah, I did, because she was usually on syndicated television. Do you remember what the premise was of that?
She would just like introduce. She would be like the middle act of like
of these kind of campy old horror shows,
exactly.
But it was almost before Mystery Science Theater in the sense that they would make fun of it and use drops from the movie as she was making jokes about the film in between. But we need to take this call right now. Good morning, you're on the air.
Hey, Noah, how can you not like Elvis? Come on now.
No, I honestly love. Have I said love enough? I think old Elvis, like the last, I don't know, Fat Elvis or whatever you want to call him. I think he's a lovable guy, very funny character. I just I gotta get more experience with the younger Elvis, the thriving.
You like Vegas Elvis.
Yes, exactly right.
Vegas Elvis.
Yeah, I like the Elvis that's performing at a casino for like some old ladies playing slot machines. That's my Elvis. That's exactly.
They have an Elvis slot machine at the Rock Hall in Cleveland.
What about Cleveland?
in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, they have an Elvis-themed slot machine.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Sorry, caller.
Yeah.
It's an exhibition at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in Cleveland.
Gotcha. Yes.
Okay.
They have a slot machine.
Oh, a slot machine. Okay. From one of the
yeah,
original hotels you used to play at?
No, in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
No, I mean, is that where the slot machine came from?
I'm not really sure where it came from. They just
okay.
have it in there.
Okay.
It came from his personal gambling casino.
Noah likes when Elvis used to shoot televisions in his hotel room over there in Vegas. That's the Elvis that he likes. I want to remember who he...
They also have Elvis's motorcycle in there, by the way.
They have what?
His motorcycle.
Elvis's
Oh, his motorcycle. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
They have it. You can't go joyriding on it because they have it behind glass.
Okay. Yeah. Well, that makes sense.
Well, that's
Nobody
unfortunate.
can touch Elvis's motorcycle.
I wonder what kind of motorcycle it is. Maybe a Harley?
I think it is, believe it or not.
It could be, yeah. I could see him riding a Harley.
We're talking about how shows change characters over the years.
Right.
John, did you ever like the show Wagon Train?
Wagon Train. I am aware of the show, but I'll put it to you like this. If my dad didn't watch it, I didn't watch it. And that was one of the ones he didn't watch. Did you like Wagon Train?
It's okay. My dad likes it.
Okay.
They change characters. Like at first it was Warren Bond.
Unfortunately, he died, is why they had to change his character. He passed away.
Well, his scout was a guy named Robert Horton, and he decided he wanted to go into a singing career.
Okay.
So he quit Wagon Train.
All right. Well, Gunsmoke was on so long, you had a lot of cast changes on that. You had the guy that played Chester, and then he left, and then they ended up with Ken Curtis, who played Festus. Burt Reynolds was on Gunsmoke for like 10 years, and then he left to become a movie star. And so you always had that changeover if a show stayed on the air long enough.
Didn't Andy Griffith have some changes over the years?
Definitely. The black and whites were pretty much all the same. And then when they went to color, they lost Barney. Then they lost me. And they replaced a couple others. So you had like Howard Sprague and people like that. And the guy that was like the repairman, the TV repairman, those guys were trying to replace Barney, and it just never worked. And then you had this one deputy, Warren or something was his name, and he was only on for like one season, and they brought him on to be like Barney the second, and I don't think he caught on. His whole act was something about if you said something to him, and then he'd respond with, huh, yeah, and
oh god,
that wore thin pretty
sounds
quick.
Horrible. It sounds like you would have to pay me to watch that.
What was that,
He
sir?
was one of a kind.
Yeah, he was definitely one of a kind, yeah. And they replaced Gomer, because Gomer left to have his own show, Gomer Pyle USMC, with his cousin Goober. And I didn't think Goober was nearly as funny as Gomer was, but... So, yeah, you're right. A lot of shows had to change over if they stayed on the air long enough.
Y'all, it's raining outside here. I mean, pouring.
Oh, you got a good downpour where you're at. Where are you located, sir?
Hanover.
Hanover. Okay.
Yeah.
So they're getting a downpour over in Hanover County.
Yes.
Shazam! Shazam! Sorry.
Thanks, Gomer. Though you look like Goober.
All right, John. Take your stupid comments. No, I'm kidding.
Shazam!
Hey, there he is. There he is.
I wish I could do my voice like that.
Anyway.
Read the weather in the Gomer voice the next hour.
That would be so funny.
Let's give it a shot here. This is cheap humor
All right.
here, folks.
Do we have the Andy Griffith theme song that we can play, like, underneath? Like, is it
I
bad?
have no idea.
Let's, we should have, like, some sound, make it... Ooh.
You're really building it up.
Oh, yeah, John, we got to. Andy,
Unfortunately, we do not.
Okay. I'll do a little...
Very good.
Today, showers and rain will be heavy at times, a high near 73.
There you go. There's somebody tuning in now. I like this station.
There's somebody tuning off now, too. As soon as somebody...
Yeah, it doesn't equate. Yeah,
It's like, what is happening?
It doesn't equal out. Yeah, we got more,
I think that was a great job.
we have more tuning off than
I think if
tuning
we
on.
did more Gomer Pyle, this would be funnier.
Yeah, very much so, yeah.
Can you do Sergeant Carter?
Sergeant, I got to back away from the mic if I'm going to... When I say fall in, you will fall in. Yeah, there you go. It almost sounds like Yosemite Sam a little bit, but...
Unfortunately, I had to stay in the same room as John, so that didn't quite help. Even though he backed away from the mic.
I did back away from the mic.
Yeah.
Those are as good as your Ron Moody impression.
As who?
As your Ron Moody impression.
You're Ron Moody.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't go around impersonating Ron. Until you asked me to do that, sir, I've never done Ron Moody. I never go around, well, hello,
You've never
friends.
done it?
This is Ron Moody. Oh, sorry.
That's Noah's version of
This
it.
is a bad one.
So what else you got going on out there, sir?
Not much.
Not much?
It's raining out here.
What's that?
Not much. It's just raining out here.
Yeah, I think we're supposed to get it throughout most of the week. I think Friday maybe we catch a break, sunny skies, but we did need it, so
Yeah, we do.
I don't mind. When things get this dry, I don't mind a little bit of rain. Then Noah's really contemplating something there. Are you with us, Noah?
Yes, John.
Are you awake?
John, I'm right here, man.
Rise and
This
shine.
weather is just so good, you know? This weather's so great.
The rain is making Noah a little sleepy. There's a couch out there in the hall.
Oh,
if you
there's
wanna-
thanks, John. No, I'm good, man. I'm good. Thank you, though.
Take a
I,
look.
Do you have a couch there?
I appreciate your
Well,
concern.
it's sort of like a couch.
It's a bench.
It's a
like
bench actually with a cushion on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With one long cushion built
You can
in.
take a cat nap, and since we're in Virginia, you should be safe.
Yeah.
If we were somebody somewhere else, you might not be so safe.
Caller, I don't know if you're interested, but I've been working on my John impression a little bit. I got a couple
Oh,
of...
let's hear it.
You want to hear it?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Oh, yeah. I'd
All
love to hear it.
All right. Here it goes. Here goes nothing.
Yeah.
That's
Not what you said.
isn't that that's pretty close, right? That's what John sounds like right now. All right, hey.
The magic of radio is you can put that nonsense off and down, and where you don't even hear it anymore. It's an amazing thing. Noah, what's going on? Hey, man. Hey, how you doing? All right. I'm just messing around.
I know.
Okay.
Okay, sorry. Oh boy. Well, it was worth a shot.
Well, was there anything else you wanted to bring up for us to talk about, sir?
No, I think I got y'all in enough trouble this morning.
Oh, well, I get myself in trouble, so don't worry about it.
Oh,
I wish I could do your laugh.
My laugh?
Yeah.
My laugh is pretty much Burt Reynolds' laugh.
He laughs like that?
What I mean is, sometimes he had that high-pitched laugh. Sometimes I laugh like that. I think it's because I used to always think his laugh was funny. If I heard that man laugh, I'd start laughing, especially when I was younger. I didn't even know what I was laughing at half the time. I just thought it was funny.
Mm-hmm.
Well, didn't you get in trouble with your laugh when you were in school?
Yes, I did. I did get in trouble in school because of my laugh, at least once that I recall. We had this person come in who wasn't the teacher. It was just somebody that would come in sporadically during the school year, and she was making jokes, if I recall, trying to be funny, and I think the class was laughing. I didn't find it all that funny, so at one point she said something, and I did do a laugh. And next thing I know, I was told to stand outside in the hall.
Oh boy.
And so I did, and the teacher wasn't in the class at the time, but she's coming up the hall, and she looks, and she's got that surprised look on her face. Why are you standing out here? And I said, well, I was told to stand out here. And then once that woman left, I was allowed to go back in. She didn't care for my laugh, I guess, for some reason.
Maybe you were laughing at a point where you shouldn't have been laughing.
I might have been laughing at her and not with.
Maybe that was part of the reason why she
Could have
said
been.
leave.
Yeah.
Could
Or
be.
I was being
Yeah.
sarcastic with the laugh. I don't remember.
Yeah.
I was just a little kid. I don't remember.
Lost the time.
I
Oh
was just a
no.
little boy in 6th grade or whatever it was.
Caller, did he come out to Heart of Virginia? Oh,
No, I didn't.
unfortunate.
Were you in the Duck Derby?
No.
No, okay.
No, man.
Well, Hanover County. I mean,
Well, you do a good Donald Duck impression.
I wish I could talk like Donald. I can make the noise, I can make the sound, but I never stuck with it so much that I could actually say phrases and stuff. So supposedly videos you can go to and watch and see how it's done, but what were you going to say, sir?
The night before you came back from your Disney trip, I had a dream that you started sounding like Mickey Mouse.
Sounded like what?
Mickey Mouse.
Mickey Mouse. Oh, yeah.
Because you were on your trip to Disney and you came back and you were doing the weather in a Mickey Mouse voice.
Yeah, my nephew, he got to meet all the characters. The one he was really taken with was Donald. Mickey, not so much. I mean, he met Mickey, he liked Mickey, but Mickey, you got to talk real high like this. You know, and all that sort of stuff.
Can you do Goofy?
I'm sorry?
Goofy?
Goofy, oh, yeah. Oh, gosh. Well, yeah. That's about as close as I can get. This is my impression of Noah. Well,
I want to laugh. Trust me, John, I do.
It's all good. Goofy was one of those characters I liked when he would be in those shorts that were all about like driving and stuff, and you had the guy doing the narrations of it, and he would always talk about the different types of drivers they are, whether they were aggressive drivers or whatever, or the drivers that are sleepy and all this sort of stuff. And there was one where he was looking for a hotel room, and he kept driving by all these hotels, and he kept reading the sign, no vacancy, no vacancy, no vacancy. And I always thought that was kind of funny as a kid. But anyway. And then they would go down the ski slope, and anytime Goofy fell from a great distance or dropped, you get that kind of yell that I don't know who put that yell together, but I always thought that was a funny yell. Sound effect that they would use.
It doesn't sound anything like him. That's the funny part.
Yeah, that's for sure. Well, I guess we've gone through the range of cast of characters that I can do. Noah's feeling left out.
No, John. Come on, jeez, John.
Doing Noah says that's right, John.
What was that?
Doing Noah says that's right, John.
Yeah, Noah, that was great, John. Yeah, that was good.
That's exactly what you sound like. No.
You sound like that teacher on the Peanuts cartoons.
Oh, thanks, John. Yeah.
John, do your Noah impression when he says that's right, John.
What's that, sir?
Do your Noah impression when he says that's right, John.
All right, I'm going to do Noah impersonation, then we'll have to
Okay.
end it all right.
I'm actually going to turn around so I don't see John's face.
I'm actually going to turn around, and then John can't see me when I turn around, except for that stocking cap on his head.
Was that Noah or you?
I don't know. I don't really know.
I'm going to have to give that one a 2, John.
Well, not everybody can do,
I mean, look, not everybody can,
I need a Navy stocking cap to really pull it off.
Yeah.
And a full beard.
Yeah.
Noah looks like he just came off the Gordon's Fisherman commercial, you know?
Yeah.
It's fish, and you can cook the fish in the microwave.
I wish when you would like go out fishing that you could actually catch a fish stick instead of.
That would be cool.
That would be awesome.
Yeah. This is Paul Fish Sticks on the end of your
Yeah,
hook.
there you go. Hey.
Scully's catch of the day.
That's right.
Yeah. All right, sir. Well, thank you for calling in, and we'll hope to hear from you sometime soon.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is real fun.
All right. Well, you have a good day. Keep dry. All right. Thank you, sir. Bye. All right. Phone lines are open again.
I hope you had your fun.
You had more fun than I did. 434-394-0924 if you'd like to get in. We have, less than 10 minutes left.
What can they do with that number that you just gave? They can call
What can I
up.
do with it?
Yeah, no, what can the listeners do? They can call up. They can talk to us.
Sure. Or bring up something we haven't discussed yet of importance.
True.
Whatever that may be. I only got one birthday in. But it's okay because the rest of these people, I don't know from a hole in the ground.
All right, John. Well, maybe that's...
So at least we got Elvira.
Was that the only person, really?
Well, I mean, you can look them up and say something if you want. That was the only one that really stuck out in my mind that I could see. But, you know, if you want to have more at
Elvira.
yeah. Cassandra Peterson is her real name. She's 72 today. They tried to have a contest where someone would replace her as the Elvira character.
Oh, that sounds terrible.
Well, I think she was part of it, and they may have named someone, but it just didn't go over very well, I don't think, because they didn't really stick with it. But I think she's one of those types you can't replace. I mean, yeah, people can dress up like her and all that, but it wouldn't be the same thing. But, yeah, she always was a... And then she would show up... her fun fact should have been she was on 2 episodes of The Fall Guy.
Oh, and you... That's right, you love this show.
And they show it on one of the channels now, and I've been catching it, and I've seen she's been in 2 episodes, and both of them were Halloween themed, which is, you know, that's good because that's her thing, that haunted kind of stuff.
That's her business.
That is her business.
That's how she makes the cheddar.
Yeah, I like how now they're making out that the guy that tried to maybe take a shot at Trump, that it's Trump's fault. That
let's get into it, John.
I think that's interesting that somebody, you know, may do something like that, and yet it's that person's fault that there was. And basically, what the stories are I'm reading now are, if Trump had gotten shot, then that would have been bad, and then they could have done something with this guy. But since he didn't actually take a shot at him, then we're just going to let. And I've heard a different way of pronouncing his name now. Now they're saying Ruth. Have you noticed that?
No.
As opposed to Routh or Roth or whatever. I think even the news on our AP or whatever it is, ABC or whatever, Ruth is what I've heard.
Yeah, somebody had to go up to him that was like working for like the press, and they were like, "So wait, how do you say your name?" And then he was like, "Ruth."
And let's see, it looks like there's something here that he had written about where it says, and this is him talking or typing, "You are free to assassinate Trump," Ruth wrote of Iran in an apparently self-published 2023 book titled Ukraine's Unwinnable War, which described the former president as a fool, a buffoon for both the January 6, 2021 Capitol riots and the tremendous blunder of leaving the Iran nuclear deal. Ralph wrote he once voted for Trump. Interesting, if that's even true. Must take part of the blame for the child that we elected for our next president that ended up being brainless. And the best way to combat violence is to go take a pot shot at somebody in the woods. That seems logical, right?
Well, I mean, John, you know, yeah.
I know you agree with that.
Well,
you want to talk about Grimace?
No. Well, let's get into. So, I mean, like, do you want to talk about this some more? It's a big story.
And for a while, and they'll sweep it under the carpet here as soon as they can. And
so he's going to get a lesser sentence.
Supposedly, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
technically,
that's why I made the pot shot. Pardon the pun. Of maybe if they actually shot the man, then something happens. So you have to actually stand there and get shot before anything can really happen. So we've learned our lesson there.
Well, John,
take a hit, and then maybe, possibly, something could happen. Maybe.
Well, at least the Secret Service is on it,
Yeah, kudos to them. They saw it right away. They saw the barrel and took a shot, and he ran like whatever, and then got caught. Yeah. Do you know who Grimace is? They've taken away these characters.
McDonald's.
Yes, a long time. Do you remember even seeing those kind of commercials where those characters were in those? Mm-hmm. You do? Okay. I don't remember when they started to push those characters out. But Grimace, you're right, is a McDonald's character. Mm-hmm. And guess what? Fenway Park has the Ted Williams seat. And now, is it Citi Field? It's spelt with an I. C-I-T-I.
Sure, yeah.
You don't know? Okay. Has the Grimace seat.
Yeah.
So now there's a Grimace seat. The kid-friendly McDonald's character, which is funny because they don't use Grimace anymore, so I don't know how kids would even know who this character is. But anyway, character made another appearance at the ballpark Monday when the New York Mets unveiled a commemorative purple seat in Section 302 to honor his special connection to Mets fans.
Wow. That's beautiful, John.
I thought so.
Is it an extra large seat, or is it just a standard?
I see where you're going. Are you trying to offend anyone?
No, I was just wondering.
I don't know.
Because he was like...
It just says it's a purple seat. I would imagine
he was
it's
an oddly shaped person.
I'm just thinking
Not a person, but he was a... What was he, John? What was a Grimace?
I have no clue who Grimace was, or what Grimace was.
Maybe he was just like a McDonald's experiment went wrong, Like,
I have no clue. I mean, if you'd have told me that Ronald McDonald and all those characters would never be seen again, I would have been like, are you kidding?
Mm-hmm.
But
you don't see them around.
They are gone.
Not
now
on
it's
the menu.
ba,
Yeah.
and that's it.
It's people singing.
That's all you get.
It's not the people who made McDonald's.
I'm sure it was a cost-cutting
Yeah.
move. Yeah. Grimace is probably out there now being very unhappy that he's no longer employed. I guess he doesn't cherish these moments where he gets to actually come out and be in front of some people. And
also, I think I heard the Hamburglar got like life in prison as well. So
Rubble.
Yeah.
Mayor McCheese. What he got voted out of office.
Yeah.
Now what's he doing?
Yeah.
Nobody's taking a pot shot at him.
That's right, John.
So there you go. Mayor McCheese. I think tomorrow's National Hamburger Day.
Oh, really? How are you going to celebrate?
Well, supposedly there's some specials at different food chains and restaurants and stuff, maybe. So you can look those up online and see if you can get yourself a deal of some kind. Anything else you want to add with the remainder of time?
I think it's been a fun episode, John. I think, this has been good. It's been good.
You want to talk about the smelly penguin that we didn't get to?
Yeah.
Wins New Zealand's hard-fought bird election.
Mm-hmm. Let's get into it.
At least one election went right.
Yeah.
Anything else?
How about you, John? What are you...
The birth of a spectacled bear brings joy to a farming community in Peru.
All right, we got one more minute left. John...
I'm allowing you the floor.
Oh, come on, John. Well, John's nephew plays ball, and I was just wondering...
had a game yesterday, and I did not go.
No.
It was out in Carysbrook, and I wasn't...
How come you didn't go?
I was tired. Well, working out.
How long is it?
Too long for me.
Like an hour to Carysbrook?
Yeah, but it was the game was like at 6.
Mm-hmm.
And
you got off at like...
I was home, but
You could have made it. You could have made it.
Yeah.
You chose not to make it.
Well,
unbelievable.
He'll tell me all.
Unbelievable.
That's why I try to go all the ones I can.
Yeah.
Because there's always going to be one
a day or two where you're just too tired.
Yeah, or just too far, and I just can't make the drive.
Yeah.
Because I would have been driving by myself if had I gone.
Well,
I didn't want to be one of those people.
Does anybody record the games?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Can you even sit through a recording of a game? That sounds pretty boring.
Oh,
well, maybe not if you know the... But, I don't know. It's like it's like recording... I don't know. Recording a baseball game. Do people watch those? I
don't know.
All right, John.
Yes.
Well,
all right. Thank you, Noah, for chiming in on that.
All right, John. Okay.
Bringing the show to an end for us there. Noah, you will be with Chris tomorrow.
I will.
All right. You people have a nice, wonderful